talk about what's on the site today. Politico magazine has a feature called Harry Reid's Kryptonite. It notes how much trouble the Senate Majority Leader can get in, quote, when his safety net fails him. This stems from the report that Reid used campaign funds to purchase holiday gifts from his granddaughter's jewelry business. Mike, take us inside. Take us inside this.
And by the way, leaving her last name off, leaving Reid off of there.
Tell us about the piece, Mike.
Yeah, so last month, Harry Reid agreed to pay back that nearly $17,000 that went to his granddaughter's jewelry company. He said it was just a couple gifts for friends, the Searchlight spirit. But this piece from Politico magazine by John Ralston, the longtime Las Vegas reporter, someone who's covered Harry Reid throughout his career, pulls back the camera and points out that Harry Reid's weakness, his kryptonite, something that leaves him so vulnerable to charges from his critics, to YouTube moments with the Republicans, is his relationship with his family. Willie, this piece points out that Harry Reid has a daughter and 4 sons, all of whom are involved in some way in Nevada politics. And that's created problems over the years, questions about whether or not his campaign, his government has been helping them. And these questions go back years, including, you may remember this, when Harry Reid made another refund to his campaign for a Christmas gift to his Ritz-Carlton doorman in D.C.
So talk about, the underlying story about the daughter. What exactly did he do?
The granddaughter.
Yeah, so
granddaughter.
He bought holiday gifts from the campaign, which politicians can do, as you know. They can do all kinds of things through these campaigns. But the way that the payment was listed in the records as usage made it unclear that she was a relative. The FEC looked into it. The campaign wouldn't answer for a long time and finally said, well, this was fine. These were some gifts to supporters, but we're going to give the money back. And the point of this piece, Harry Reid's kryptonite, is that this is the one place, this relationship with relatives, where Harry Reid has left himself open to all kinds of criticism. Just doesn't seem willing to acknowledge the appearances here.
Mike, it's also Bush League, and it seems to make matters much worse that he tried to hide the fact by keeping her last name off.
And Harry Reid's a multimillionaire. He doesn't need his campaign to be paying his tips and gifts.
That was great.
I understand the obfuscation here, Mike. I understand him not listing the name of his granddaughter to avoid any link and everything like that. But what, in essence, is wrong with a Harry Reid or a Jim Smith or anybody using campaign funds, which are legal to use, to buy gifts from a store owned by a relative?
Well, this is for people to make up their minds. They do amazing things with these campaigns. As you know, some politicians will, every single day, they'll have a charge to their local Starbucks, and they say that they're meeting with a donor, really, on the way to work every single day. And so there's very loose rules about how these campaigns spend the money. But here, he was asked about it, not just by the press and by John Ralston, who says that Harry Reid has not spoken to him for years, the best-known politician in the state, not speaking to the best-known journalist in the state for years because of perceived slights in Ralston's coverage of Harry Reid's children.
Well, I can just say, I mean, I don't know if it's against the law or not, but I mean, Harold, it's just Bush League. I can't imagine raising money and then writing checks for $17,000 to my family members to give gifts to donors. It's just Bush League.